Hi everyone, this is Suzanne Wagner, and welcome to the Astrology for December 2019. Well, I live in Northern California in the middle of the boondocks and way far north in Northern California in the Great Redwood Forest. And I can tell you that I've been here for over 11 years and I have never seen a November like this. It is so unbelievably warm, though it is going to be changing on Tuesday and it's going to start to rain. But normally we have rain way before now, which is probably why we've had such a long fire season this season. But it's crazy warm. I'm still picking tomatoes off my tomato plants, and I was finishing up the apples, and the apples were incredibly sweet because they've been sitting on the tree for so long. So it's been a very odd year. But as we go into December, a lot of things are going to aggravate, intensify, and it's going to force us to adapt in some ways that maybe we weren't quite ready for. So let's take a look at the astrology for December 2019. My theme, which you will hear me say also in my intuitive patterns for the month of December, is that there's a whole lot of Capricorn going on. And so because we've got Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, Venus, all in the dark, dreary, cold, bitter, dry sign of Capricorn, the whole theme for next year, the setup that we're having for this next year is about self-discipline, determination, and endurance. With all of these planets in the serious sign of Capricorn, self-control and self-respect are the elements that will give you the courage to keep going. An open mind is going to be like a parachute that you will need as we move closer to the conjunction between Saturn and Pluto on January 12, 2020. Silence is the language of the divine, and only in being in that emptiness will you be able to translate the essential and subtle messages to your conscious mind. Miracles will only happen when you step out of security and certainty and you are willing to allow the unexpected to guide you along your pathway toward a more awakened consciousness. This month, you will be asked to concentrate and stay focused in ways that you never needed to practice or learn before this moment. This is why the planets are always in motion. This is this global lesson that we're all up against at the moment. Failure is not an option that you're going to like. When your goals seem impossible or just out of reach, do not let go of that goal, but instead plan some more and smaller steps to allow you to get there. In this frozen moment in time, actions, though they may seem small, are what will eventually pull you out of this frozen, stuck place that is happening at the moment. But let's get back to the Capricorn layers for December. Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, transformation, and change. Saturn, the planet of hard work and struggle, the lord of karma, the planet of trials and tribulations. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, money, love, and abundance. And Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, and negotiation, are all in the dark, cold, melancholic sign of Capricorn. In such a month, expect a good swift kick in the butt to all things that have been tragically trapped in the places where humanity fears change. Jupiter is the largest planet, and he is ready, willing, and able to force that entrenched dragon, the government, that is hiding all the gold and keeping it to himself, the wealthy, and unwilling to share out of the castle's dragon and out of the castle's dungeon and into the light. And that begins to happen on December 2nd and 3rd, and that is going to get one really pissed off dragon. So expect there to be a lot of rhetoric flying around in the governments, in the world, all over the place. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to manifest a lot of drama. So, Because of the Mercury retrograde that happened in the sign of Scorpio most of the month of November, things have been astrologically frozen for a long time. And while the slow planets are not in a hurry to move, Jupiter is a fiery source of energy that is going to melt those glaciers just like they are for real in the world. And the ice is going to move much more rapidly down the slope. Now, in times of such rapid change, it can cause a huge amount of destruction if not prepared for in advance. The Mercury retrograde in Scorpio basically forced us to look at everything that was kind of under the carpet, under the tablecloth, what's been hiding that we put there for a later date for us to deal with. And all of a sudden in November, we had to deal with a lot of emotions and energies and the things that we didn't want to look at that are about ourselves. And it made us question ourselves. It made us look at, are we being too arrogant? Are we being too sure of ourselves? And recognize that we have to change our approach in some way. Now, Jupiter is a big, combustive, fiery planet. I like to think of it as Zeus. Throwing lightning bolts at things and setting trees on fire and stuff. But Jupiter likes to expand, and Capricorn is not known for its expansion except in a slow, plodding, consistent, tried and true sort of way. So Jupiter is not thrilled about being in Capricorn, and it feels a little bit displaced. My metaphor for this month is Jupiter being in Capricorn is like a woman dressed in leather with spiked purple hair and torn hose and goth boots, trying to walk into a country club setting where appropriate dress is essential and required. Jupiter in this position has an agenda to shake up the establishment and to shatter the norms and shock those with sophisticated tastes right out of their comfort zone. So everyone needs to plan on getting hit over the next few weeks and months as the old school control energy is going to be shattered into a million pieces by those stomping goth boots. While you may not see all of that unraveling happening exclusively in this month of December 2019, know that by next December 2020, you will be remembering my words. There is a full moon in Gemini on the 12th of December, and I expect that everyone is craving to have an intelligent conversation with those that can break out of the collective chaos and laugh with a wise perspective of life. This full moon is connected to Neptune in ways that will bring new ideas into the forefront and an ability to create something from the right brain and your dreams. Venus, the planet of what we love and value, is going to be right between the two bad boys of the zodiac, Pluto and Saturn. Foundations that have had cracks growing and expanding for a long time are going to crumble and turn to quicksand or a sinkhole, respectively. And so we're going to need to really take a look at the serious upsets and conversations that are happening in the news and in the world. And we've got to figure out how to make them more productive. Respect is going to be the key. Venus is going to go into the friendly sign of Aquarius on the 20th, and that should help the holidays out because Venus in Aquarius loves to mingle and do the meet and greet social scene, and that should make the holidays more fun on that level. But we can't forget the eclipse in Capricorn on Christmas Day and the 26th. Now, depending on where you live, it might be that it's on the 26th. But you will feel eclipses 6 days before, 6 days after. Sometimes you feel them 6 weeks before and 6 weeks after. In that case, you're already feeling it right now. So, you will feel this family intensity kind of ratcheting up. So this is not the easiest Thanksgiving period or the easiest Christmas period, because of that. So my sister called and said, she wanted to do either Thanksgiving or Christmas. And I said, let's do Thanksgiving because Christmas might be really tough to navigate the emotional intensity of family dynamics that are just typical in every family. So we're doing Thanksgiving. But my suggestion is, if you're doing Christmas, to keep it short and sweet. Hanging out for too long will make all those unresolved issues from your childhood and your past become really obvious that they're still unresolved and they will still make you uncomfortable. And then there is the winter solstice on December 21st, where finally it will stop getting darker and begin to turn lighter. Yay! I'm a summer sign, so winter is always, not the easiest time because my biorhythm wants to be like a bear and find a den and curl up in it. But December wants to end on something positive. So know that Neptune and Pisces can take you too far out of this reality and into illusion at just the wrong time if you let it. This entire month of December is about preparing for what is coming in 2020. So my suggestion is, tell the truth, tell the truth. My suggestion for the holidays is do a gratitude circle. And a gratitude circle looks like, what I am so grateful for this Christmas is this. What I am grateful for from you, and what I really appreciate about you, is that you helped me make the cookies. What I appreciate about you is that you were really willing to listen to me when I was really upset in the summer. So find a way to bring the most positive aspects in right now, because that will be difficult. There are agendas that people have, but I guarantee you, whatever you think you're going to get at the holidays, you're not going to get. So even my sister, she was like, our Thanksgiving went from, 10 to 25 people. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a huge Thanksgiving. And she was trying to control it. And I'm like, you're just going to have to surrender. People are going to bring what they're going to bring. We're going to figure it out as we go. We'll be sitting on the floor. It will be fine. We don't need chairs for everybody. I'll be on the floor. It'll be all right. And so you're just going to have to roll with it, because things are not going to go the way you expect them to go. Sorry about that, but they're just not. So hopefully I will have some time to put together the individual pieces for each individual sign for the month of December. And then there will be one more video. So again, remember everybody that I tend to do the predictions for 2020, and I am already working on them. I've been working on them for a month. So I hope that you tune in January when I do the numerological, astrological, and card prediction for 2020. Okay, take care. Thanks, everybody.